Hi everybody, I'm Kim Babbage-Gazelle. This is Kevin Hirschfield. Rockin' Rudy Gower is on camera, and this is Goldeyes Extra Inning. We are here at Shaw Park today.
Yes.
Gorgeous sunny day. Pretty phenomenal day for these guys behind us. These are high school players, and it's a championship game.
The Winnipeg High School League Championship, apparently. Garden City taking on Springfield. A spot in Provincials on the line, and you may remember Donnie Smith, a familiar name. Old Goldeye has his number retired up there. He coaches the Garden City team. So an awesome opportunity for these guys to play their championship game at Shaw Park. I can't imagine they play at kind of these smaller diamonds all year. To get on the big stage here for their championship game, got to be a lot of fun for sure.
Absolutely, to play on a professional diamond. Did you ever do that as a kid?
Baseball, no. We did it in hockey. Actually put at the old Winnipeg Arena a couple times. They actually took VHS. They videotaped our games when we were 7 and 8, and so I have a couple of those sitting around. I always wanted to score in those games. Excuse me, because you want to try really hard and get on camera scoring, but never actually did, so I'm getting emotional, I guess, talking about it.
That's okay, Kevin.
Throat,
we'll
but,
pull out those VHS tapes and relive those days for you.
Those are fun games for sure, and again, these kids getting a great opportunity here.
Absolutely. Well, of course, as we mentioned, the Goldeyes are on the road, and by the time you see this, they will be back here in Winnipeg, but a lot happens while they're on the road, so we were going to show you a little bit of what's happened while they've been on the road. That's in a second. Later on in the show, we'll talk to Tara Maslowski with the Goldeyes about some of the charitable efforts in the community, and of course we'll have all of our regular features. We'll introduce you to some of the players in a way that you probably wouldn't otherwise get to know them. But first we are going to look at some highlights. Of course Goldeyes play-by-play guy Steve Schuster goes on the road with the team, and he's given us a list of some of the top plays of the past couple of weeks. Some really exciting stuff happened while they were on the road.
Yeah, we're going to talk about them on his behalf, but the Goldeyes opening their season in Clayburn, and we get like a geography lesson every year at the beginning of the season. That monster road trip the Goldeyes go on, all these places I've never heard of, these Midwestern United States cities. Clayburn, an expansion team, of course, this year. Salina as well. The Goldeyes played Salina in Wichita. Crazy situation
Minor
there.
league baseball.
But yeah, that opening series against Clayburn, the Goldeyes get a couple wins. Reggie Abercrombie hits his 100th career home run in the American Association, which leads the league. So he's not only a legend in Winnipeg, but a league legend for sure. Sean Pleffner, a newcomer, was named Batter of the Week that first week. He hits a couple home runs. So a very eventful opening series for the Goldeyes. These plays are going to be fun to bring. It's not only the big hits, but it's the infield plays and stuff. The Goldeyes have a lot of talented infielders making great plays. Maybe they don't get the recognition that they should deserve.
So they're going to get it right here.
This is going to be a way that we can feature them for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's where we're going to kick off this week's edition of Goldeyes Extra Inning with Kevin bringing you Steve's plays.
Beginning our top 5 list from the May 21st game in Clayburn, you see at first base Fish newcomer Andrew Sohn. And he'll be staying a while with this speed. He's going to take off and will beat the tag, sliding safe into second base. Moving to number 4 from the May 19th contest in Clayburn, Goldeyes with a 6-4 lead in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded though for Clayburn and 2 outs, but pitcher Victor Capayan will get them out of the jam. The Clayburn batter goes around and it's a strikeout, inning over, and the Goldeyes would go on to win the game. Number 3, what a start for Sean Pleffner. This from the May 19th Clayburn game. Pleffner hammers it to the deepest part of the park and it is gone. A solo shot. Goldeyes have been benefiting from his bat in the season's early stages. Number 2, we go to the May 20th game against Clayburn. Fish trailing 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Runners on the corners for the home team looking to extend their lead, but textbook defense, a 6-4-3 double play, and the Goldeyes get out of the jam. And number 1 on our list, a milestone for Reggie Abercrombie, May 19th against Clayburn, top of the 7th. Goldeyes trailing 4-3, and Reggie will belt this one to left field. A 3-run shot goes over the fence. It not only helped the Goldeyes win the game, but it was his 100th American Association home run, adding to his league record. A call now to all Goldeyes fans. We want you to show us how passionate you really are. Send us your photos from a game or from home. Show us how you support the Fish. Send those photos to our Shaw TV Winnipeg Facebook page or our Twitter account at Shaw TV Winnipeg. You'll have a chance to win some tickets and will even be featured in our Goldeyes Extra Inning show. And now it's time for our trivia question, and you can send us the answer for a chance to win tickets to an upcoming home game. The question is, who is the youngest player on this year's Goldeyes roster? Message us your answers on Facebook or Twitter for a chance to be in the stands at Shaw Park. Manager Rick Forney decides it's time for a new pitcher to enter the game. That's the cue for Daniel Perron. Perron is employed as the team's bullpen catcher, a role where his main job is to warm up pitchers. Getting paid to play catch, not a bad way to make a living.
I would say it is the best job I've ever had. I would do this for free, but don't tell Andrew.
Bullpen catchers aren't on the team's roster and don't see game action, but that doesn't diminish the importance of the role.
It takes a lot of the pressure off the other catchers. It gives us a chance to utilize our other catchers in other ways where Danny can go down and take care of the pitchers down there and get them warmed up and ready to go.
Perron is from right here in Winnipeg. He played junior ball locally and college in the United States. After his final year of college ended in injury, he wondered what was next. It was through local connections where the Fish learned of Perron and offered him the bullpen catcher job.
I was freaking out. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Like what if I can't throw because of my injury? Like, what if I'm terrible? I can't even catch these guys. I haven't been really catching them the past few years.
But the Winnipegger quickly caught on and is now entering his third season in the role. Throwing and catching is not the extent of the position. He's at the clubhouse helping out first thing in the morning.
It makes everyone else's job easier. You do a little bit more for somebody.
New to his role this year is helping out with the groundskeeping duties, including making sure the spot he calls home on the field is also looking good.
This happened. This is disgusting.
When batting practice on game day rolls around, Perron fulfills the requests of his teammates.
Don't worry about me, man.
I'm going to. You can say that as many times as you want.
It's just, I want to keep the players thinking about this on-field stuff. Like, just worry about this. I want to win, so it's just, if I take care of them, then they take care of the on-field stuff, and then we win, and everyone's happy. I feel like I'm better when I'm busy. I feel like if I'm sitting down, I feel completely useless. Like, there's always something that I probably could be doing.
His hard work may go unnoticed outside the club, but it's his teammates who he aims to impress the most.
Like, stay nasty.
He does a really good job, and it's important because you want those pitchers to have confidence in you and your ability to catch, to make them feel as good as they can while they're getting loose, to take that confidence into the ball game.
You're fine. You're getting in your head again. I want pitchers to remember, hey, this Daniel Perron is probably the best bullpen catcher I've ever thrown to, or that's what I want them to walk away with.
Home Run Sports is proud to support this community production of the Goldeyes Extra Inning. Official supplier to and proud sponsor of the Winnipeg Goldeyes, slide into Home Run Sports at Bishop Brandon and Lajabodier or online at homerunsports.com. We've got all the bases covered at Home Run Sports. Get ready for your game.
This is today's obscure baseball term of the day. Today's term is can of corn. Can of corn is a term to describe an easy pop fly to either the infield or the outfield.
There's a fly ball in the center field. Reggie Abercrombie tracks it, makes the catch.
We're back here on Goldeyes Extra Inning, joined by Tara Maslowski. She is the promotions director here with the Goldeyes. You probably see her around the ballpark a lot if you attend games, because you kind of do everything, which everyone on staff here does, which is what minor league baseball is all about.
That's absolutely right. I mean, from pulling the tarp to sweeping the stands, we got to do it all.
You are also very involved with the foundation, and let's talk a little bit about that to start off for people who don't understand what the foundation is all about. Give us an overview.
Well, the Winnipeg Goldeyes, I mean, even though they are here playing baseball all summer, we try and get them out at as many events in the community as we can. It's all about giving back. I mean, the players, when they come here, they see the stands full of people, and they just want to give back to the community. The Winnipeg Field of Dreams Foundation is something that has been tremendously successful here with the Goldeyes, and every year we do put on fundraisers, and we involve the players because it's a cool way for people to actually interact with them off the ball field. So it's a lot of fun. We plan a lot of different events, and I mean, they probably get a little angry at me sometimes when I tell them how much they have to do in a week, but it's fun and they like to do it.
Well, and the Goldeyes are well known in the community for being as involved as anybody else, not just foundation events, but going to schools to do reading. I love to read month in February when, players who are still in town will go and do that, all those sorts of things. So it's not just necessarily fundraising and events, it's really just spreading the players out through the community to do good work.
No, absolutely. And I mean, whether it's hospital visits, going to read, going to run baseball camps, it's a little bit of everything. So it's not always the same thing that the guys are doing, which they like, which changes it up a bit. But again, they love doing stuff like that. They're like big little kids at heart. So seeing them out with kids and doing different events, it's super cool to see.
So this year on Goldeyes Extra Inning, we are going to talk to Tara every week and talk about what you've been doing in the past couple of weeks with the team. And this week we're going to talk about two big events that you attended. The players were serving breakfast at Agape table, and they were at Camp Manitou. So tell us about Camp Manitou in particular.
So Camp Manitou was a new experience. It was brought forth by the Toronto Blue Jays, by the Jays Care Foundation, and they reached out to us every year. They host a camp for kids from the First Nations reserves. They bring them in and they expose them to things that they probably would have never been exposed to before. So the first night, Reggie Abercrombie and myself, we went out there, and Reggie gave this insanely powerful speech to these kids. I've never been in a room where the room has been that silent, where all the eyes were on him. He just connected with them in a way that I can't even put into words. You'll see some of that footage. We do have some of that. But it was super cool to see him connect with them. A lot of the kids came up to us after and just said, wow, like, who is this guy? Where has he been? And then the next day at Camp Manitou, we actually brought some of the players out and we ran baseball instruction with the kids. That was a lot of fun. The people from the Jays Care organization were great. They reached out to us and wanted us to be a part of it. And just seeing how happy the kids were and, seeing them throw a baseball or, swing a bat is something that a lot of them have never had the chance to do. So it was quite powerful.
All right, another powerful thing, of course, was the players going to serve breakfast at Agape table, and that is where we're going to start off this week's Beyond the Game here on Goldeyes Extra Inning.
My name's Dave Pennick, and I'm the general manager of Agape Table. Agape Table has been in the West Broadway community for the last 37 years, serving the visually marginalized. Right now we're serving between 250 and 350 guests every morning. When you come in, you're entitled to free soup, free toast, and free coffee as much as you want. Agape means unconditional, so we're not here to judge, we're here to provide a service. This morning we're fortunate enough to have the members of the Goldeyes come out and give back to the community. It's really invigorating and great to see that they're mixing and mingling with our guests, sharing stories and providing a much necessary community service. At any given time, we use between 1,500 and 2,000 volunteer hours every month, and it's by going and reaching out to the community and giving back to the community that you work in and you play your games in that helps us stay as committed to a project as possible.
I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna get where I'm going. Don't let nobody, I don't care who it is, nobody, your parent, nobody tell you can't do something. If you want to do it, do it. If you want to be a chef, be a chef. You want to be a baseball player, be a baseball player. You want to be a doctor, be a doctor. Just because you ain't got money, go do what you want to do. Ain't nobody gonna stop you if you smart and you keep going, you strive to do what you want to do. Ain't nobody in this world gonna stop you. And I guarantee you, as you work hard and you get to that point, you're gonna appreciate everything you did. You're gonna look at yourself, I did that. Nobody else did that. I did that.
I'm blessed for everything that has done for me, and baseball has brought me in life. And it's a pleasure for me to go see them kids, to spend this time with them, and just try to see them for what they are. And they're people, and they're great people, in this world. And for them to still keep holding on and keep going through things what they've been through and keep striving, you know, it's a wonderful thing to see. And for the Blue Jays to come out and do what they're doing with the situation and inviting us, the Goldeyes out there. Like I tell everybody, you know, we try to do a lot of things in this community because you would say it's not a kid's purpose to be out here struggling and stuff like that. You know, you got to keep striving, and this community is us. You know, this community comes out and pays tickets to watch us play. When they came to the stadium the other day and see them happy and laughing and joking and stuff like that, just to keep their mind off the situation they got going on in their day-to-day life is a wonderful thing to do. If I could bring that joy to them, it's a pleasure to me and a pleasure for the city of Winnipeg.
You gotta be the person to go get it. Ain't nobody gonna be behind, push you and be like, oh baby, come on, come on. No, you gotta, they push you, you go get it. You go get what you want. All right? Thank y'all for having me.
Boston Pizza, proud sponsors of the Winnipeg Goldeyes and youth sports in Manitoba. Visit us online at bostonpizza.com.
Manitobans recycled over 85 tons of residential material last year. That's enough to fill Shaw Park over 10 feet high. When each person pitches in to help make our community greener, everybody wins. Learn more about Multi-Material Stewardship Manitoba and what you can and can't recycle by visiting simplyrecycle.ca.